Hey everyone, Tactics here, and today we actually got some news talking about Season 4 and how things like the raid and looting in particular is going to work, and basically some experiments, as you can see the name of this post. Now we've had some like whispers and just some things going on to the PTR without explanation, but now we finally get that blue post here from Skarzard, as well as a whole Twitter thread where he was answering questions from people that were curious about the system. So a lot of really interesting info here. And the big takeaway from this is deterministic raid loot. So what does that mean? So raid vendors and a limited currency. This is a thing that came up very recently. And so basically there are these three raid vendors here: Sire Supplier, Friends of the First Ones, Domination Dealer. And what they have is just every single trinket, weapon, and unique items, they said as well, is going to be on this vendor. So which this is the Domination Dealer. All the Sanctum of Domination weapons are on this. Obviously I'm a druid, so that's all I can see, but go to all, like the Sylve Dagger is in here. I don't believe actually the Hunter Legendary Bow is in here right now. They may be an oversight though, but that kind of thing, like Vein Ripper, all that stuff are on these guys. Same on the new guy, the Fence of the First Ones, all these trinkets. We also have the Gavel on here, two-handed strength users rejoice, that kind of thing. So basically, you'll be able to buy a total of 3 items. So it requires this new currency, Puzzling Cartel Dinar. I think that's how you pronounce that word. Who knows? Just a guess. But basically, you will unique 3. You will get 3 over the course of this entire season. No more. You can't get a 4th. You only get 3. You get your first after you kill 30 bosses. I believe it just seems to be any difficulty that are faded. And of course, for those of you that don't know how the faded mechanic seems to work, is it's an affix that will apply to 1 raid a week, either Castle Nathria, Sanctum of Domination, or Sepulchre of the First Ones. It'll boost the eye level drops from that raid for that week, and then it'll rotate to another raid the next week. So you'll be able to do go through each raid, and so it's basically a 3-week rotation on the raids. So basically, you will get 1 dinar for doing 30 boss kills on Faded, 30 Faded boss kills. You'll get your second after 20 more boss kills, and your third after 10 more. So it becomes faster as you get more and more kills. So you'll get your 3 dinars relatively quickly. The question is what you're going to want to spend it on. And now this is also paired with the fact that there's also another new system. Let's just go double check that this, heroic and mythic upgrade items are now also being introduced in this patch. And how that's going to work is that whenever you kill a heroic faded boss, you'll get 1 heroic shard, and whenever you kill a mythic faded boss, you get 1 mythic shard. And once you get 20 of these currently on the PTR, you basically turn that into an item that will let you upgrade any faded item, regardless of difficulty, to that difficulty. So if you have 20 heroic shards, that'll let you upgrade any normal item to heroic eye level. If you have 20 mythic shards, that'll let you upgrade any normal item to mythic or any heroic item to mythic. You don't have to go normal to heroic, then heroic to mythic. You can just go straight normal to mythic. These from the vendor are all normal eye level equivalent. So 278 is going to be the new normal, or 285 for the normal final bosses. And so you'll be able to upgrade, like say buy something, for example, you want that Gavel or you want that Untumbra, but you're just not getting that drop. You can buy it from this guy, and if you have 20 mythic shards, you can then upgrade this from 285 to 311, I believe, all the way up to mythic eye level. Honestly, to me, that sounds like an absolutely fantastic system. I know some people are going to be complaining about the number of coins you get, or dinars or whatever, but honestly, I think 3 is pretty good when it comes to like bad luck protection over the course of a tier. We also did get kind of an inkling. They did post a little bit talking about how the season's likely going to be shorter than our average 6 to 8 month season, so we'll have to see how long it actually is. But honestly, I think it's a really good system. Obviously, a drastic improvement over what we have now, which is no bad luck protection, no deterministic way of grinding out something. And now we're getting both a deterministic way of getting loot and a way to upgrade something that you may want, and you just haven't had the luck getting it from the higher difficulties, right? Like you could run Gavel on normal, heroic, and mythic every week, for example, and maybe you only get it on normal, but hey, now you don't need to spend a coin to get it. and you can upgrade it all the way to Mythic. You don't need to wait for Mythic in particular to give you that drop. So overall, I am very excited by the system. I really hope this is something that maybe gets slightly iterated on, but moves forward into Dragonflight. I think this is something people have been hoping for a while, right? It never feels good. Like, there are actually cases where, like, you just never see a piece of loot. Like, we actually, in the entire Sanctum of Domination, I think we had like 11 Mythic Kel'Thuzad kills, and we saw one Jathis that entire time. And though every kill we had like 3 to 5 people that could loot it. So I think this is a fantastic change. Really excited to see how it works out. But that is not the only thing we learned today. That's just the big one, though. So let's look at what else is in these posts here. So we got some clarification about things like tier and domination sockets. So tier sets, they are staying. The creation catalyst is staying. They're not going to add new tier tokens into Castle Nathria or Sanctum of Domination, but you will just be able to turn those with the creation catalyst into the higher level eye level tier. So basically the same thing in that sense. Domination sockets, however, are not coming back. You don't need to worry about balancing, having your 4-piece plus your 3-piece of domination sockets. They're just gone. So you don't need to worry about that at all. World bosses, they're also going to go on the same faded rotation. So the Castle Nathria world bosses will get a boosted eye level when Castle Nathria is faded. The newest world boss will get a boosted eye level when Sepulcher is faded, that kind of deal. And there is also going to be LFR, which is faded, and it's just going to be all available from the launch of the season. Speaking of the launch of the season, we don't have a set date yet, but what they have confirmed is it is not coming with 9.2.5, which shouldn't be too surprising because 9.2.5 does look like it's fairly far along and should be coming in the next month or two. And frankly, that would have been way too soon, in my opinion, for them to launch Season 4, right? Season 3 is only a couple months long at this point. We saw Season 1 and 2 being like I said, 7 or 8 months, I think. So I'd expect Season 3 to be at minimum 5 months long, but maybe a little longer than that. And maybe Season 4, like they mentioned, it was going to be a little bit shorter, so we'll have to see how long that lasts. But that puts us kind of, if we're talking about Dragonflight, pushing the end of the year, but what I think is more likely is probably the beginning of next year. I already called my shot. I called like March 20-something. I actually can't remember now. I have to look at the calendar. But yeah, I called like the end of March. But, you know, we'll have to see. Would definitely love to know what you guys think, though. Are you excited about this loot system? How do you want to see it change? Also, link this Twitter thread because there's a bunch of interesting responses here. Skarzard, the dev that did all these posts, is basically just answering people's questions on Twitter here regarding Season 4 in general. So really interesting thread to check out. I'll post that below as well for you guys to read as you see fit. He's still answering questions right now, actually, as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm super excited for Season 4, not just because of the return of some older dungeons, but also, I mean, this loot system sounds fantastic. I'm really excited to see how it plays out in practice. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. As always, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Check me out on my Twitch channel at Tactics, and I'll see you in the next video.